Friday. So a couple of weeks ago, I started thinking about making tortillas for tacos. And I think at the time we were still in school. And I had asked Miss Rose, who works with Miss Carrie, if she had a recipe for tortillas, or I think I actually mentioned I wanted to make them and she said she had a recipe. And I felt like in this time when we're all at home and separated from each other, it might be nice to share in cooking things from other members of our Park Road family or from our classroom families. So that's one of the things I'm going to focus on while I'm doing this. So today we're going to make Miss Rose's tortillas. And I also wanted to mention that when I was growing up living in Louisiana, where you couldn't just go buy a bag of tortillas at the store because they didn't used to just have tortillas on hand all the time. My mom would make tortillas. So my mom is actually watching these videos too. And so I wanted to mention that was a kind of a favorite, that was a favorite time when we would have tacos and my mom would make the tortillas by hand. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. I'm gonna try and keep all of these videos under around 10 to 15 minutes. So I don't want them to be too long because I don't want you to lose interest in them. But we are making tortillas. I've got everything I need is right here. I've got flour, I've got baking powder, I've got salt, and I have oil. And that is all it takes to make tortillas. I am also making a big pot of black beans, and I will put a recipe for my black beans that I make on our Facebook group, so that if you're interested in making that, that's actually a recipe that we have had in our classroom a lot of times. So I'm gonna get to it. Again, I miss you guys, and I went to the class today and it kind of really hit me that I miss everyone so much. But I hope that you're having a good time at home and that you are doing good things there. And I hope to see you soon. Let's get to it. Okay, so here is my flour. I'm gonna measure this out. Oh, that's right, I need my cup measurement. Right over here. So 2 cups of flour. There's 1. There is 2. Okay. And we need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. There's 1/2 teaspoon, tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. So, oops, that's a little, just put a little more in there because I think I went over. 1 teaspoon of salt, and how much? 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'll put this recipe too on our link. By the way, I'm not gonna make things with flour every week. This is just something I had been wanting to do, and I was kind of excited that Miss Rose shared her recipe with me. All right, so I've got 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I am gonna whisk this all together because I like to make sure it's all that stuff's mixed in. The dry stuff before you put in the wet stuff. Okay, so there's that. And now we have, we're supposed to do 3 tablespoons of oil. And Miss Rose said her grandmothers, when they made these, used to use lard. I'm using oil. I think she uses oil now when she makes them. So there's 1, 2, 3. All right, and then she said 1/2 cup of lukewarm water. In case you don't know what lukewarm is, it's not cold, it's not hot, kind of in the middle, like maybe body temperature. So I'm just gonna wait until I have it lukewarm. I think we're there. So here is 1/2 cup. I filled this a little too full. Whoa! I like to make those kinds of noises when I'm doing things. All right, so I'm gonna stir this together. Like I said last week, I always use a spoon to stir first before I put my hands in it. Okay, and then once you've got it stirred together, you're supposed to all right. This should actually be about right. This feels nice. Okay, I'm just gonna start using my hands to get it together. I did wash my hands before I started this today. I've seen some of you guys doing cooking on our Facebook page, and if you'd like to share a recipe that your family does, I would love to have it. I'm gonna knead this for a little bit until it's smooth. That's what it says, until you get it nice and smooth. So I like to do that. Eating bread is a really good feeling. Any kind of dough, I like the feeling of it. So maybe just a little more than 1/2 cup, but just about that. And then you're just supposed to knead it until it gets smooth and elastic is what it says on the recipe. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is actually, that was the perfect amount of water that I added. So if you get to 1/2 cup and you feel like you need a little more, you can add a little more. This is actually pretty nice now. Okay, so I have my ball of dough, and the next thing it says to do on the recipe is to let it sit and rest for 30 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a towel over this, let it rest, and then I'm gonna clean up, and we'll be back to do the next step. Okay, so we're back. I have let the dough sit for about 30 minutes, and the next step is to divide the dough into 12 equal golf ball size balls. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna divide it up into, I'll try to get 12 out of it, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so here is the dough. Let's see if I can get 12 golf ball sized pieces out of it. It's interesting to think about what size a golf ball is. I think that's about right. It's nice and soft. It's a nice soft dough. All right, so there are 2. Set these here so you can see them as I pull them out. I wonder if these are a little too big. I don't know. I'm gonna go with this. So here's 3. And this again is another thing that you can do together with your family, because everybody likes taco night. So you can make these as part of taco night. So now I've got 5. Okay, I can get 2 more, 9 and 10. And then once you've got them, you are supposed to roll them out into 5-inch pieces with a rolling pin. I'm gonna set that aside, and I'm gonna get a little plate, or get a plate to put them on, because after this you're supposed to cook them. Okay, so I'll move these back and see if I can roll it out into a 5-inch circle is what it says. So what that means, I think, is that these are supposed to be really thin. So that is what I'm going to try to do. Just make them as thin as possible. This is not quite a circle. I love that. Makes me think of Lane, because every time we tell Lane that it's time to come to circle, he says it's not a circle, it's a rectangle. Do you mean it's time to come to rectangle? So it's kind of a funny thing. So this is not quite a circle. Hopefully I'll get a little better at this as I go. So at first it wanted to stick to the rolling pin, but it's now not sticking to the rolling pin. What I'm going to do is go ahead and roll out the rest of these, and then I will show you the last step. All right, well, we're back. I actually started cooking these. Pan. I should tell you something about this pan. This is a dry pan. You weren't supposed to add any oil to it. It's supposed to be an iron skillet, which I do not have. So I'm using just my regular, this is a non-stick skillet. I really want to get a big iron skillet. My mom and dad have a beautiful iron skillet that they've had ever since I was a kid, and I really love it. So I'm taste testing these. We used to call it poison testing in the classroom, and they're really good. Wow, excellent. So these take just a little bit of time on each side. You don't want to burn them, obviously. I really loved working with this dough. It was really smooth. It's not a sticky dough. It sticks, when you first start to roll it out, it'll stick to the rolling pin just a little, but once you get it rolled out, it will stop sticking. So this is a great activity to do as a family, and kids love to play with dough. So this is actually, they can make these, have a good time, and also be making something for dinner. Let me know what you like on your tacos. As I mentioned, I've got a pot of black beans going. I'm gonna make my black beans that I usually make, which are a little spicy, and I'll put the recipe to that in the comments of this video. But I like beans on my tacos because I'm vegetarian, and I like some onion, I like sometimes olives, some lettuce, and cheese, a little cheese maybe. I like guacamole a lot on my tacos, and some salsa, and hot pepper sauce. I really like to add pepper sauce. I like things to be spicy. So let me know what you like on your tacos. And I hope you're having I hope you're gonna have a good weekend. We've got another weekend. Even though we have to be inside a lot right now, it is spring, so if you get a chance, get out and enjoy the spring. And I hope if you make these tacos, you enjoy them. And I think they are easy since they don't stick to the pan. Older children should be able to do the flipping themselves, and they need, I would say, a minute or less on each side to come out right. So this is kind of what they look like, and I can tell they're gonna be delicious. Once you're done with them, you can leave them in the oven on 150 degrees, like covered in cloth, and they'll stay warm in there and be ready to go when you're ready to eat them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, Miss Anna and I really missed you. We talk almost every day and we really miss our class. I went to the classroom today to get some things and just realized how much I miss being at school with everyone. I've enjoyed seeing pictures of you, and I'll hope you'll continue to do well. Continue making snacks and continue getting outside during this beautiful spring for a little exercise. Hope you're doing well. See you soon.